Okay, greetings to the group. John Stewart, Holiday, Utah. I want to talk about the new spool for the Cardinal 3 and my thoughts. So I love these reels. I love the Cardinal series reels. If you have the Cardinal 3s or the Cardinal 4s made by Garcia Abu back in the 70s, great stuff. But good luck trying to use braid on these. These are not designed for braid, whether it's you're talking the line roller or the spool or the wrapping of the line. So I started to research this and I started to check out what were my options for a new spool. I found an Avail. These are made by Avail. They're sold on eBay. When I bought it in February, it was $119.38. Kind of a lot of money. Actually, a lot of money. It's a shallower spool, so less line is wound on the spool, of course, because it's shallower. Duh, but I thought I'd still get that out there. I tried it out, and towards after I stop rambling, I'll show you some of my casting escapades at a local pond. And I'm using Fishing Fans D1 5/6 rod, which is a little heavy. It really looks lightweight and it looks incredible, but it's a little too heavy for what I was casting. So I didn't have as much control and I didn't really kind of look like I knew what I was doing. But trust me, I kind of do know what I'm doing. But the video doesn't show. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. Yeah. So I'm going to give this spool highly recommended, and I'm going to keep this 5-pound Tsukibo FT on here because it worked really well, and I was pretty surprised. So if you're looking to try to resurrect these, I love these reels. I wish and I've said it before in some of my other videos, I wish they redesigned them. I wish they made all this out of aluminum or some kind of space age titanium, yada yada. It would be a crazy good seller. If they could cut the weight off of these reels, my mind, their sales would be off the charts because these things are flying off the shelves on eBay. Shelves. Okay, eBay, yeah. So you know what I mean. It's just crazy, and they're not cheap. Maybe $150 on the rebuilt low end, upwards up to $500-600 on the high end for something crazy special in different colors. So what's my point? If you're looking for a spool, I would not be afraid to buy the Avail. I'll put some kind of link in the description for you to do some research. But this, I don't want to say it changes the game, but it gives you an option. But they only make them for the Cardinal 3, not the Cardinal 4 or any other Cardinal series. And I really like the Abu Garcia. I never liked the Abu Garcia Cardinals. Now I'm kind of liking those, and they don't make them for those either because it's a skirted spool and maybe it's a little more complicated. But so there it is. Recommended. And it comes in different colors. I got the gold color. I don't know, maybe I wanted to look a little gangster or something. But I got the gold one, and I think it comes in silver. It might even come in black. Not too sure. So that's my story. And I think this Fishing Fans rod would be perfect if it was 6 foot. All the 6-footers are sold out. And these are fairly cheap, too, on the AliExpress. They're like, I think they're less than 40, but I could be wrong. All right. That's my story. Hope this was useful. Please like and subscribe, yada, yada, what everybody else says. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. All right, hello to the group. John Stewart, Holiday, Utah. Don't mind the wind. It's windy today. That's nature. I am trying out the new CD 340EX spool on the Cardinal 3. I've had a lot of questions about this. This is about an $80 to $90 spool. Got on eBay, and it's shallower than a typical Cardinal spool. And it has some design cues, as you can see. Cardinal 3. Thought it was vintage, but it's probably some kind of remake because they did a lot of that stuff. And I'm using a Fishing Fans 5'6" ultralight. And I am fishing a look-alike trout magnet, or HD trout lure. So, we'll see what this thing does. Oh, and I'm using a 5-pound braid. And I'm here at the Willow Pond, just west of Holiday. I haven't used this reel in probably over a year. And my lure is all tangled up. There it goes. A lot of pressure on this pond. Oops. Don't want to get over by my neighbor, who's right next to me here. Oh, wow, there's some fish following that up. That is a really good sign. I wonder if I can cast this reel. Durr. I didn't see where that went either. Yeah, evidently I don't know how to cast, because that's what happens. You know, you try to look like you know what you're doing when you're doing this stuff on the YouTube, and every once in a while you just get your ass kicked. Okay, I lost that one. Let's see what I can do here. I didn't mean to swear. It was all out of frustration, of course. Okay, let's tie on again. Let's grab a real trout magnet here, or HD trout. Let's grab the real deal. This line is the Zukibo FT, which I just love. I purchase all my line now from AliExpress. I even got some 30-pound of this coming, because it just doesn't act like traditional braid. It's a little heavier. It's a little heavier. I had it, and then the hooks are grabbing me. I gotta learn how I gotta learn how to tie more efficient knots. Okay. Okay, good. All right. I think I'm going to catch a fish. I really do. If I can figure out how to cast correctly with this thing. There we go. I keep reaching for the bail, thinking that I'm going to close it with my left hand, but can't really do that on these older school reels. Well, so far the line is coming off that spool really well, even with this 5-pound test. Yeah, Fire FT. That's what the line is called. Tsukubo Fire FT. I'll put links in the description. I bet these fish are really hungry, because there's like nothing to eat in this water, it seems. I haven't heard that rationing sound in a long time. One of the hallmarks of the Cardinal series reels. Well, it helps to open the bail. I thought I did. But you gotta wait for that click. So far, a whole lot of nothing. Oh, that was a good cast. Still getting used to this rod. Wow, fish are following it. They are just not taking it. I know something's up. There are no dummies.
I should probably switch this out to the white line that I got. Come on, fish. Where you at? Where are you at? These fish, that's a pretty fish right there. These fish are smart. Either that or they don't know what to eat. So I think the line lays a whole lot better on this spool. And because it's shallow, it's probably half the depth of a typical Cardinal spool. Because it's shallow, it just helps a whole lot more. And I would recommend this spool because you don't have any other options. There aren't any other options, it seems, in the Cardinal line, especially in the Cardinal 3 series for different types of spools. It's just I would really like to see Abu Garcia or Abu Zebko or Abu somebody reintroduce a spool with a aluminum or magnesium or some kind of fancy metal frame to bring the weight down by 75%. Because right now it's just made out of metal and the thing is heavy. That is the only downside about this whole reel and this whole reel system, is how heavy the thing is. But the gearing and everything inside is just, I would say, without peer. The drag, for being a 40-year-old, 45-year-old reel, is awesome. I should say design. Like I said, I don't know when this was made. They've done funny things with the serial number tracing. You can't really trace a serial number. Well, I guess you can, but some serial numbers were made up in between, which leads others to believe that it's an aftermarket reel produced after they were discontinued. One more cast, and then I'm going to call it a night. Well, maybe a couple more. I'm getting used to the rod. I'm getting used to this whole setup, which is nice. The rod is fairly stiff. It's not very whippy. It has some whip to it, but not what you think it would be. It's a pretty stiff rod, which is a surprise. So if you're fishing a heavier bait, it'll be just fine. But anything lighter weight, you're gonna have a hard time. Okay, one more cast.